welcome to an interview. What was what was making you so nervous earlier?
Me? Nervous? That never happened.
No, never.
Also,
Well,
yes.
would you like to introduce yourself to everybody?
Hello, everyone. I am Kim of the KimochiCafe. I am an AI VTuber, soon to be a Fox VTuber, as Fox over here knows.
Another Fox. But no, so you've been actually. How long have you been streaming? I'm gonna just start with basic stuff for now. How long have you been streaming for?
Oh, streaming. Okay, so this is a little bit of a long story. I started back in 2018,
Mm-hmm.
and then I stopped like at the end of 2018. So I started February 8th, 2018, and then I went for 10 months. After 6 months, I hit affiliate around that time. And then I just stopped. And then for 2019, I stopped. And then 2020, I decided to come back. And so on August 29th, I came back. But I was like, VTubers are kind of still like, freshly popping up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like in my mind, like maybe I'd want to do that.
So August 29th, you just got your model. So you don't want people to know what you look like at all when it comes to a camera. Like, is it like a fear or is it like something else?
Do you want me to openly admit why? I'll be honest with you if you want me to.
It's up to you. It's just if you want me to not ask, it's completely fine as well. Everything. Remember, it's up to you and your comfortability when this entire thing.
Okay, so the reason I don't show myself is because I personally don't like how I look or sound. And a lot of people will be like, I get a lot that people say my voice is calming. I don't think so. But the reason specifically is, I'll show you.
Mm-hmm.
I can be your mommy, or I could be your daddy.
Well, that escalated so fast.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
That's how I get everyone. That's why. If anyone ever asks me, like, so why don't you use a webcam? Because I'm a very afraid. I'm not going to lie. I'm very afraid of like myself as a person because some people are not very nice on the internet.
No, I get it. I will openly admit that I guess the VR/VR chat hemisphere is a lot more welcoming than just the casual Twitch streamer gamers. But I completely understand why you would be afraid to show or anything. I get you. I get you. I don't blame you. Now, on to the real thing. Because actually I'm curious because Sama asked me earlier, is there any lore behind your character?
First one or second one?
We'll start with this one. We'll get to the second one maybe a little bit later.
Okay. So which lore are you talking about? Are we talking about like how the character is made, how the design came up, or are we talking about like her actual lore, like if in the KimochiCafe world kind of thing?
Actually, if you don't mind me asking, I wouldn't mind knowing both. That's actually it'd be kind of cool to understand why you made this character the way that it looks and everything.
Okay. So originally, because you know how models are expensive, like whether it's a 3D or 2D, it's going to be at least a couple hundred to have a good model. So the 2D models are very expensive, and I like the 2D better than 3D. Just preference. What's it called? And I was like, as someone who's non-binary and likes to switch between genders all the time, because I'm comfortable with being either a guy or girl, like as I showed you earlier. I was thinking of like ways I could do this. I was like, well, I just have multiple characters and stuff like that. And then eventually I thought, why don't I just become an AI that controls the cafe's entertainment system that was designed by this person called Master? Because with that, I could always upload a different form and it would be fine.
That's genius.
Yeah, too bad that's getting scrapped because it doesn't work as well with the redesign. I still like it though, because I'm going to keep this model for the most part. It's still going to be a channel point reward thing where it's going to be like, go back to your roots or something, and I'm going to turn into this. But in terms of like the lore, like I said, I am a AI that runs the entertainment and security systems of the cafe. Master had created me to entertain the guests. So I would do all the automated system and stuff, so people in the cafe would have an easier time. And then I also have my character. She was programmed with emotions. Master was one of the first few people to ever find out how to program an AI with emotions. And so she really hates that because when I first started playing on streams and growing bigger, I was playing a lot of Phasmophobia. So the shtick was that she hates that someone programmed her to learn fear. Because
Ooh.
out of the emotions, I didn't need that. Like when playing Phasma, like why would you program something to no fear? And then Master's excuse was, well, it's entertaining, and she just hated that. Most of the time, I like just kind of choose a game, and I'm like, I'm gonna play this. Sometimes I have to change the game because I'm like, I don't feel like it right now. But for the most part, whatever I feel like. But lately, I've been kind of bored because I don't know what to play because I don't know. I can't play through a game multiple times except for a very select few, or if it has been years. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know.
I
It's
feel like
hard.
one of the few was Undertale for me when it came to that, because there's a completely different game every time you played through it differently. But other than that, I don't think I've played through a game more than once. Wait, no, it's a lie. Stardew Valley. Never mind. Uh, but if you have, so you're just kind of lost on a track of games to play. So you just nothing's been appealing to you lately, or just kind of at that weird stale point where you're kind of like wondering what's next to take your addiction.
Yeah, I want to play Stardew honestly, but like every partner that I've tried to play Stardew with, they just disappear. Like I had a friend and I love her to death, and I bought her Stardew. I was like, hey, let's collab sometime. This is actually a little bit before I became a VTuber,
Mm-hmm.
and like life got in the way. Like she's really busy, and I understand that, but like because I didn't have like consistent people at the time,
Mm-hmm.
the feeling of Stardew for me is not like now really difficult for me to get back into because I've just had so many people drop off of the face of the earth on me for Stardew. So I'm just like, okay, well, it's kind of a sour taste in my mouth. So someone's like, "You want to play Stardew?" And I'm like, uh, 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 uh. So I'm trying to reach partner because I want to create a Twitch team. Because my kohai gave me this idea actually. I want to call it the Senpai Project, and it's supposed to be kind of like a Hololive team, but rather than being like Hololive where they only stick to their own group, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It allows people to be free to like collab with other VTubers and stuff like that with all their friends and stuff. But I would choose someone like, let's say I choose you, I'd be like, okay, you're the podcast senpai. You would choose a kohai. And after some time, like let's say if they have a model already, then they just use their own model. And you will teach them how to be a podcaster or an interviewer or whatever like kind of content you like to show, you know? That would be your thing. And that would be your kohai. Or you'd have two kohai, it's up to you. And eventually, when the kohais reach a certain level on Twitch, like let's say they hit 2K followers,
Mm-hmm.
they would be upgraded to a senpai and they would choose a kohai. And let's say they choose a kohai that doesn't have a model. Well, if I can get big enough and I make enough money, I will pay for their model. I will put the money down for someone who is willing to like work hard and make their dreams come true. Because I know what it's like to not like be able to get your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to support other people's dreams. I want to give them a chance that I didn't have. Because I had to make my dreams become reality. I had to go through a lot of struggles. Like I worked a part-time job at one point for let's see how long. I worked 6 days a week,
Mm-hmm.
almost 8 hours a day. I was cleaning fish. I was like cleaning the entire store and stuff like that because it was an Asian grocery market.
Mm.
And I got like $600 every 2 weeks. Now that was good pay, but it was minimum wage, so it wasn't exactly the best pay for how sick I was feeling. I was able to get my equipment and stuff like that, but you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anyone to ever go through this feeling of like, well, I want to try it, but I can't. I want people to have that chance to follow their dreams. I can't like give everyone their opportunities.
Okay.
But I want to give the opportunity to those I can.
Starting from scratch and learning how to build in the streaming and the content creating into VTubing into just social media, everything, just teaching people the basis of everything. And maybe what I've done, maybe what someone else has done, maybe a more established creator will come on and they'll explain their process and their struggles and everything they've gone. Like the whole point of it is literally to give people a place that if they want to start VTubing, they can not only have a good base to learn from and listen to, but they can learn from other VTubers what their struggles were and what they went through and what they figured out and created their own brand and what they did to do all this and how much work it was, so people understand that like, hey, streaming can be fun, but there's also like this whole side of work and extras and maybe some money you need to put in to invest into it. Like there's a lot more to it than people are ever told. Ask her about crabs. Wait. Should I be concerned?
crabs are evil, vicious things. I don't care what anyone says. Crabs are villains. They are armored. They have weapons called claws, and they walk sideways. What creature walks sideways? You cannot tell me that is normal. It is underwater, and it has arms, and it's like a spider of the ocean, and it has claws, and then it has armor. Like, what is wrong with you? Why would you create such a monstrosity? It looks evil. It is evil. I don't care what anything says. Okay, humans can walk sideways, but that doesn't mean we should walk sideways. If I catch you walking sideways and you're not a marching band, I'm gonna backhand you. You're not a crab. Don't you dare disrespect me like that. Not in my view. Not in my eyesight. It's on sight at that point.
What would you say has been the biggest struggle so far with streaming for you?
Not looking at my average viewership. Because when you have a goal, and I think you feel this one, when you have a goal and you have something you want, like a dream you want to achieve, it's hard to remind yourself, like, slow but steady wins the race. It's very hard to remind yourself of that, because it's like, okay, well, I'm so close yet so far. And then you see other people like achieving what you want in like short time, and you're like, well, why can't I? And then you have to like kind of figure out what you're doing that needs to be improved. But then at the end of the day, you just have to remember to have fun. Because I saw a TikTok video that was saying that, like, okay, people just doing, like, there's nothing wrong with chill stream. But he was saying, and he makes kind of a good point, like half a good point. And I'll explain on that. He says that chill streams are just an excuse to be lazy. Jeez. Because if you're not putting energy into it, why should people come? There are chill streams that are comfy and people can enjoy them. So I'm not going to give him like 100% on that. But in the sense of that, like, if you're just relying on chill streams to get people, then there is a problem, you know what I mean? Because you do need to work hard at some point. You have to give people a reason to come there. You can't just title your stream chill stream, comfy, relax, and then you yourself are not like putting out energy that would be chill or comfy or relaxing. You need to put something into that, if that makes sense.
You're definitely not wrong. There's so many. I don't think there's ever a right way to go about Twitch, right? Like, I can put my input, you can put your input, right? Like, you say Kitty McPancakes does 10-hour streams. Like, they can do that. It's just, it fits them better, right? It's just who they are. And maybe people are just doing too much when they're more or less the 3 to 4 hour streamer, right? It's just a matter of what fits you best and where you can put your energy and just who you are and what kind of content you're doing, right? Like, for this is just me popping on, we do a show, and we pop off. Like, that's the whole point of it. That's the entertainment. There's not supposed to be much in the beginning or end. It's supposed to be just a quick, hey, let's interview some people, let's get to know some people, and then we're going to pop off. And by the end of the week, I do the bartender thing. That's kind of a full interactive thing, and that's only just a couple hours. Bar closes at 2 a.m. like it would anywhere else, and that's just kind of how it works, right? And it's all figurative and fun.
You guys don't know how much you guys can make a difference in someone's life in streaming. Being the first viewer that isn't just like my friends or anything like that. You don't realize how much you guys can change a world. Because Melody Rose changed my world. Yoza Aoi, Kitty McPancakes, Shinomiya, they changed my world. That one person can change your world. And I am so proud to see how far Melody has come. Because Melody, when she first started, she was like at 20 followers, and she was like, "Hey, I'm still new to streaming," and I helped her. I was like, "Hey, let's clean some stuff up." So I helped her with like I will always help her with her OBS. I'll give her resources and stuff like that, because I wanted to see her succeed, and we built a genuine friendship. I love and care for that girl. Someone hurts her, I run. I have a sense, I have a tingle. I'm just like, well, who hurt my sister? I will. Literally, who hurt my sister? I will destroy you.
Melody, listen, if anybody ever pisses Kim off, I heard this slap, okay? I just know their soul and their life will not exist in their body anymore. Do you have any last words, by the way, before we chime off? Actually, I have a specific somebody that I'm rating.
Do I have any words?
Yep.
All right, so I've been mostly joking most of the night, other than those like serious topics we've had.
Yeah.
But for everyone out there, I love you.